Hello, TX here. Prepare to have some fun. And welcome to the first of 9 demonstration videos for Kane's Wrath, the first expansion pack for Command & Conquer 3 Tiberium Wars. There's so much to look at that I've had to separate the 3 factions and each of their 2 sub-factions into 9 separate videos. First up, we're looking at the additions to the basic GDI faction. Without any further ado, let's cut the music and get stuck in.
Take him out!
The Slingshot is one of the new additions found in Kane's Wrath. The Slingshot is a powerful anti-air vehicle that sees the return of the hover technology last seen in Command & Conquer Tiberian Sun. The single-player campaign mode of Kane's Wrath sees a storyline spanning from the end of Tib War 2 to beyond Tib War 3, and units like the Slingshot are the few that are left using the old technology of Tiberian Sun. It's fast-moving, but lightly armoured and can only fire at aerial targets, so make sure you guard him well. The Shatterer is a mobile version of the Sonic Defense Turret. It too uses the old hover technology and is therefore reasonably swift moving across the battlefield. Although its weapon is less powerful than the Sonic Defense Turret, it's still one of the few units whose attack can rip through multiple targets at once. If I had to guess, I'd say that all the Sonic technology used in CNC3 is based on the Disruptor tank from Tiberian Sun. Kane's Wrath also sees the return of the traditional helicopter, not seen in the Tiberian world since the first Tiberian War. The Hammerhead is a very fast aerial unit that never has to return to an airfield to reload. It just keeps on going, and going, and going, and going, and going, and if that wasn't excitement enough, you can also garrison infantry inside it too. Here's the Hammerhead doing some damage with different infantry units inside it.
Death from
Snipers.
Above. Hose them down. Death from above. Ground support. Free
Rocket
fire.
troops.
Watch for flak.
And a grenade squad.
Target acquired.
The Reclamator hub does everything a war factory does, in that it builds GDI vehicles, but it also builds the GDI Epic Unit, the MARV. More about the MARV later. The Combat Support Airfield can't build aircraft, but it can repair and rearm your aerial units. Here it is fixing a Hammerhead, but not rearming it, as Hammerheads don't need rearming. And here it is fixing and rearming a Firehawk jet. Very handy indeed. Another old-style technology making an appearance in Kane's Wrath is laser fencing, but for the GDI players amongst you, you'll have to call it Sonic Repulsion Field. For $500 you can deploy fencing around a building of your choice, and after only a short while you can pay out again and protect another one of your buildings. This handy fencing protects you from things like engineers and the units that leave C4 charges and things like that. Again, very handy indeed. Another interesting support power that I tried to use without finding out what it did first is the Supersonic Air Attack. Use this, and out of nowhere comes a jet that does, well, something that makes lots of other aircraft explode, just like this. The Orbital Strike comes in handy when you need to kill something but have no units in the area. You'll get this weapon automatically when you build a Space Command uplink. There are a number of additional upgrades to be had as a GDI player. AP ammo, which increases damage dealt by all your gun-based units, including the Hammerhead helicopter we looked at earlier. Also available is the EMP grenades upgrade, which will give your grenadiers something to smile about. And the hardpoints upgrade found at the airfield increases your aircraft's weapons capacity, allowing them to carry more missiles. And last but not least, tungsten shells, which will make your hovering slingshot vehicle that little bit meaner to aeroplanes. Note that not all of these upgrades are available to the two sub-factions of the GDI faction. Okay, I think you've waited long enough. It's now time to look at the GDI Epic unit, the MARV. The first thing you'll notice about the MARV is that it is huge. I mean, seriously big. If you thought the Mammoth tank was big, you're in for a shock. It's like the Mammoth Mark II in Tiberian Sun all over again. It costs an absolute bomb, and you can only build one at a time. Unless, of course, you steal an enemy MCV and build up a second base made up of another sub-faction of GDI, and then build a MARV from that sub-faction's Reclamator hub, in which case you could have 2 MARVs. Or even 3, if you also steal a standard GDI faction MCV and do the same with that, but I haven't tried that yet. Still, can't complain, 1 MARV is more than you're ever going to need on the battlefield anyway.
MARV.
As if being a massive, heavily armoured tank wasn't enough, this unit has a built-in Tiberium refinery. And I know what you're thinking, huh? But all can be revealed in glorious colour as I show you a MARV driving over some Tiberium. What's that? Holy Tiberium harvesting, Batman! Instant credits! Yep, that's right, drive your MARV over some Tiberium and it'll suck it up instantly and give you some lovely juicy credits. So en route to your enemy's base, stop by your enemy's nearest tib field for 2 major benefits. 1, you've just stopped your enemy making any more money, and 2, your MARV has just paid for itself. LOL. Huh, a free giant super tank thing. Nice. Oh yeah, and one teeny tiny little super massive extra bonus with the MARV, you can permanently garrison up to 4 infantry units inside it. Awesome. But choose wisely, after they go in they don't come out again. Here's a MARV loaded up with dudes. This MARV has an engineered dude in it. It now self-repairs. I repeat, this epic unit now self-repairs. On a cool little side note, it seems that putting 4 engineers in it actually makes it self-repair even faster, meaning that it can handle more damage than with just 1 engineer inside. Could this unit get any better? Only if it had pictures of naked women painted on the outside. This is TX signing out for the GDI video, and I'll be signing in again shortly with the next video looking at the Steel Talons sub-faction of the GDI faction. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next 8 videos. Have fun. Bye bye.